what's good? We about to tap into Fox News. Let's tap in.
Oh, that feels so good. Well, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's engaged, which means soon he'll be getting back a second ring. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. She's so blunt you can light her up and smoke her. Co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Jake McDowell. Chances are your Uncle Pete pays for pictures of her feet. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Cat Tim. And he puts free buffets out of business. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion, Taurus!
Thank you.
All right. Before we get to some news stories, let's do this. Yeah,
Leftovers.
It's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week, and as always, it's my first time reading them, so if they suck, we'll force Joe Mackey to have unprotected sex with an ostrich. As if protected sex would somehow be better. Speaking of, today is National Endangered Species Day. It's the day we celebrate those poor, unfortunate creatures who won't be around much longer.
That's a fact, man. Biden, man, he old news, man. He ain't gonna end up in office, man. It's you know, what I mean, it's a new year. It's gonna end up being a new man and all. It's gonna the man gonna end up Trump gonna end up back in office. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, they ain't gonna. No, a lot of people don't want to see Biden in office no more, man. They don't want to see that man in office. They feel like he haven't really did anything, man. He haven't made no noise in the office. You kidding me, man? What he did? Like what? You feel me? You know what I mean? But on a serious note, I feel like Trump gonna end up back in office though.
Speaking of President Biden, he's scheduled to give a commencement speech at Morehouse College on Sunday, and officials are already preparing for disruptions and delays, but not from student protesters, but from the speaker crapping his pants and shouting at dead people. According to a new study, spending just 67 minutes outdoors can refresh your mental health, which explains President Biden's new office. There's a rumor that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are getting a divorce. And this is weird. Ben is already seeking custody of her ass. Liam Neeson and Sharon Stone are calling for Kevin Spacey to be uncanceled, saying our industry needs him. For once, Spacey was the one who was touched. Stormy Daniels' husband says the couple is prepared to leave the United States if Trump wins the trial. Which is no surprise to Stormy. She's used to men pulling out. But Stormy changed her mind when she heard there might be a hung jury. Chelsea Handler says she'd like to have sex with Robert De Niro, although she worries that, like his movies, he probably takes 3 hours to finish.
Dang, shots fired. Like he don't like none of those people, ain't it? He got like T on all these people. Dang, what they do to him? Y'all let me know in the comments what they did, or he don't like them. You know what I mean? That's crazy. He got all that tea on him, and he got all that mess on him.
What are you booing for? Oh, you're oohing. Ooh. I'm like on the set of Three's Company. Woo! Earlier this morning, pro golfer Scotty Scheffler was arrested by police after attempting to drive around an accident to get into the PGA course. In his defense, he got his driving tips from Tiger. Magician David Copperfield has been accused by 16 women of sexual misconduct. The alleged victim said they were in a car with him, and when he touched their leg, they turned into a motel. At this point, I needed that applause. Pizza Hut is now offering a cheeseburger melt, where instead of a bun, a cheeseburger is served on a thin and crispy pizza crust. It's available in 3 styles: buffalo, chicken, pepperoni lovers, and simply the Behar. The Eurovision Song Contest has been won by a non-binary rapper from Switzerland. So leave it to the Swiss not to pick a side. A Major League Soccer game was interrupted when a raccoon ran onto the field and avoided capture for 161 seconds. Officials are calling it the most thrilling 161 seconds in soccer history. The National Institute of Health official finally admits what everyone knew, that they did fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan, prompting Chris Christie to ask, does that mean I can go back to eating bats? And Rosie O'Donnell reportedly sent a text to Michael Cohen saying, breathe, relax, you got this, I love you. Which is the same thing she says to her proctologist. I wouldn't want that job, or would I? To the news. His testimony tanked because he got pranked. So the case against Trump is falling apart like Nancy Pelosi's face in direct sunlight. Yesterday, under cross-examination, Trump's attorney accused Michael Cohen of lying about a crucial phone call that was sold as the direct link between the former president and the Stormy Daniels payoff. So let me get this straight. Michael Cohen lied? What are the odds? That's like finding out Jesse Waters shaves his back. So instead, Trump's team says it was a conversation about a frickin' crank call. It's confusing, so let me paint the picture for you. In 2016, Cohen got a prank call from a 14-year-old kid. Cohen then texted Trump's bodyguard about it, who told him to call him. So Cohen rings the bodyguard, and they chat for 96 seconds. Trump's lawyer says Cohen whined mostly about the annoying brat on the call. But Cohen says he talked about the porn payoff, too. But like Jesse's new book, no one was buying it. You know, it's bad when even MSNBC and CNN are making sense.
It was like a crescendo because the drama of the moment was so clear to everybody in the room.
Do you have doubts that that conversation happened the way Michael Cohen testified on his direct examination?
Absolutely. I think it's devastating, for Michael Cohen's credibility on this, in this one particular topic.
I don't think I've ever seen a star cooperating witness get his knees chopped out quite as clearly and dramatically as what just happened with Michael Cohen.
That makes the district attorney's office look sloppy, in addition to making Michael Cohen seem like a self-assured either fabricator, liar, or forgetful person. It casts doubt on the veracity of a ton of his testimony.
Oh, wow. Who would have predicted that Cohen's entire case against Trump would rest on a crank phone call? But hey, maybe the court should call up Prince Albert. Oh, wait, he's currently in a can. Well, there's always Mike Hunt. So the idea that somehow this piece of evidence, a 96-second phone call about a teen crank caller, would devastate the credibility of Michael Cohen. Think about that. It's like an unpaid parking ticket devastating the credibility of O.J. Simpson. It's like one fart destroying the sex appeal of Gerald Nadler.
Is that glossy?
I love how surprised the media is that this case may be full of crap. It's like going into a Port Authority restroom at 1 a.m. and surprised there's not an attendant in a tux handing you breath mints. It's like going into Larry Kudlow's bedroom and shocked that there's a mirror on the ceiling. about it. Think about this case at its most basic level. They brought in a porn star and a convicted perjurer to convict Trump of a crime they have yet to actually define. Sure, it's a humiliating day for the prosecution, but it's a stain on our entire legal system. This case never would have been brought if it was anyone but Trump. But the truly shameful behavior isn't from the prosecution, but the media who cheered it on. They partnered up with the most corrupt entities simply to destroy what they see as a common enemy that's embraced by half the country. These media assholes make queers for Palestine seem logical. No one trusts them anymore. That's why so many are losing money, which is why the next chapter in the story of legacy media will be chapter 11.
Nah, he got a point though. Like a lot of these news outlets, they try to just paint a certain narrative about a person, and you know what I mean. But yeah, man, Cohen, man, like you said, Cohen, the cone head. Dang, like Cohen, man, Cohen been going outside in the past about people reporting on him in the past, man. Cohen going outside about all type of stuff he tried to do. The Trump and all this crazy stuff he tried to do. And he going outside, man.
Jamie, we all know that you're so lonely. You are grateful when you get a prank phone call. What do you make of this whole new development? You've been watching the trial.
Yeah, a lot of time, even like telemarketers, I'm like, don't hang up. Yeah, you know, I have been following this trial since you started your monologue, and a lot of stuff. You know what I take issue? I take issue with Anderson. I like what he said, but he said it ruins his credibility on this topic.
On this topic.
Which that's not what credibility means. Yeah. If you're dishonest on one topic, your credibility is that now means can we trust you on other things. So I thought they were trying to even give him a little leeway there where he didn't deserve. I just feel bad. This trial is over. It should be over. We should save our money and resources. I just feel bad. This is just something I would never have to, like, I will never have to pay a girl hush money. Like, every single time. But, like every time I've ever slept with a girl, right after she goes, no one can find out about this. So,
yeah, I guess the secret is to be really bad at it.
Yeah, it's quite a savings.
Yes. Dang, I was thinking about this. I wonder if this crank caller realizes that he might have just made the most impactful crank call in history. I don't think there's ever been a crank call that had any consequence, you know, other than upsetting a senior citizen or pissing off a guy who manages a deli.
I want to meet this individual. I'm assuming
he was 14 back then, so he's probably like 22 now, maybe.
Legal age. I did the math before the show started. I consider myself an authority on arrogant, lying, grifty, skeeve bag bitch boys. Not the prank caller. I mean Michael Cohen, the big swinging dipstick who thought he was going to get a cabinet position, but was going to demand the Secret Service deal with the 14-year-old prank caller. And you know this 96-second phone call with Keith Schiller, the bodyguard?
Dang, they be cussing like that on Fox News? I did not know that, bro. What? Dang, she calling Cohen for what he is, though. I mean, you can't get mad at it. You just gotta, you feel me? You gotta respect it. You gotta respect. She's standing on business, for real. She's standing on business. You feel me?
Was all about the prank caller.
Yeah.
Like, you have to stop this guy from calling me and asking me where Dick Gazinia is.
Yeah.
Who is Dick Gazinia? I don't know who Dick Gazinia is. Where is he? You know the whole 90 seconds. The circle of...
But the thing is, I mean, it's like Tyrus kind of mentioned this before yesterday that, like, maybe it was more than just a crank yanking, you know? Maybe he was yanking his crank to the crank yanker.
Yeah. I mean, let's. Oh man, I just. I will, as a bodyguard, we get called for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I have never, ever met a bodyguard who was like, man, my client called me, had a prank caller. I told him to press star 67 and find a little bastard. Like, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
He called up and he's like, I might have sent something to someone that was, that was what, boss? 14. Yeah, you need to call somebody else. Click. That's exactly what that was. Nobody calls over a prank caller. It's still early. We'll find out. But what did they say on the phone that got you so upset? Or was it their mom that answered when you called? Like,
yeah.
Come on.
I hate it when the mom picks up. I want the grandmother.
Yeah, when mom answers the phone, the Dick Gazinia part's not so much fun anymore, is it?
Kat, have you ever been prank called? You're too young to have a prank phone call, right? Because you can't do prank calls anymore. It doesn't exist. People know who's calling.
Yeah, no, I prank called people before when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I do just want to point something you said in your monologue that I didn't love, which is you said a porn star and a perjurer. And I think that putting porn stars and Michael Cohen in the same category is an unnecessary besmirchment of porn stars.
Yeah, that is true.
Like many porn stars, I'm sure, have much stronger value systems than this smarmy lying man.
Yes.
I mean, he's a perjurer, and they're like, oh wait, he lied. Oh yeah, he's a perjurer. And then also this narrative of him is this, to Tyrus's point, this guy who's this brave man speaking truth against this, immense insurmountable power. That kind of also breaks down when you realize, he's calling Secret Service about a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not exactly like a David and Goliath situation there.
You know what he probably wanted? I was thinking about this, that he wanted somebody to get the phone number. He didn't know where the call was coming from, so he probably called them. Because you know how, like, cops and people, they can get, like, they can run it. It might have been part of it. But it is pretty funny, though. You have to admit.
You couldn't handle a 14-year-old boy prank calling you on your own?
Yeah. That's why I keep him in the trunk.
But alive.
Sometimes.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Nah, they got a point, man. You prank calling a 14-year-old? What? Man, it sound like, man, you gotta just, you gotta tap out of that and you gotta get a life, man. You prank calling a 14-year-old, man, and they made valid points behind it. You feel me? They had, like, facts behind what they were saying, man. Come on now. But like, comment,